Dementors Kiss. There are a lot of terrifying ways to lose yourself in fiction, but let's talk about having your soul hoovered out of your face. Welcome to the world of the Dementors Kiss. In Harry Potter, Dementors are floating misery incarnate, literal prison guards who feed on joy. But if they're feeling extra generous, they'll give you their kiss. And by kiss, we mean soul extraction through the mouth. No anesthesia, no consent. The victim doesn't die. They just keep breathing, blinking, and existing as a hollow husk. That's what happened to Barty Crouch Jr., and it's widely considered a fate worse than death. Not just by characters in the story, but by fans who've read this scene and quietly wondered if Voldemort's wand was the kinder option. And what makes this fate extra horrific is that there's no undo button. You don't come back from being desouled. There's no therapy, no spell, no warm butterbeer to cheer you up. You're just stuck, forever, in an empty body that used to be you. Dementors don't kill you. They erase the part of you that mattered. The Tmatians. When people say isolation makes you go crazy, they are probably picturing something way less weird than the lighthouse. Two lighthouse keepers, both named Thomas, get marooned together on a rock surrounded by seagull poop, foghorns, and unresolved trauma. It starts off with awkward tension, then spirals into gaslighting, hallucinations, mythological delusions, chore arguments, and possibly one of them marrying a mermaid. But here's the catch. It's implied this cycle repeats. Madness, death, repeat. This isn't just cabin fever. It's existential purgatory. And the line between man and myth gets blurrier with each scene. Are they cursed? Are they the same person? Is it metaphor? Doesn't matter. They're doomed to go mad, kill each other, or both. It's a fate where reality melts, and the only thing left is guilt, sea brine, and the slow tick of a broken clock that might not even exist. 10 out of 10 bad time. Locutus of Borg. What's worse than being killed by space zombies? Becoming their spokesperson. In Star Trek, the Borg are cybernetic parasites who assimilate anything that moves. They don't just convert you into a robot, they wipe your mind, upload you into a hive network, and strip away your sense of self like it's a browser cache. And Captain Picard? He got the full Locutus treatment. Eyes drilled, personality deleted, transformed into the mouthpiece of a collective that doesn't even use names. And the worst part? He remembers. When he's rescued, he has to live with the knowledge that he wasn't just violated. He was used to kill others. It's trauma in HD. Being assimilated means losing everything that made you an individual and becoming a glorified modem for space fascists. And while they're at it, they upgrade your body with just enough painful metal to make you look like the world's saddest Bluetooth headset. The horror here isn't gore, it's erasure. Gregor Samsa. You know how sometimes you wake up feeling like garbage? Try waking up as a literal cockroach. Gregor Samsa does just that in Kafka's The Metamorphosis. One day, he's a stressed salesman supporting his family. The next, he's six-legged, grotesque, and no one in the house wants anything to do with him. No magic spell, no explanation, just existential horror on a Tuesday morning. His family hides him away, stops calling him Gregor, and quietly waits for him to die. Which he does. Alone. Unloved. Tragic. This fate isn't just about turning into a bug. It's about being discarded the moment you stop being useful. Gregor gave everything for his family, and the moment he couldn't earn a paycheck, they decided his life was over. No villain, no accident, just the cruelty of indifference. And the gross irony? His family feels relieved when he dies. It's the darkest part of the story, not the bug stuff, but how quickly love turns conditional. The mist. Let's say you're stuck in a supermarket with your kid and there's fog outside full of tentacle monsters. Bad day, right? Now add in a doomsday cult, panic, human sacrifice, and the slow death of hope. That's The Mist. What starts as a monster story turns into a psychology experiment, and people fail hard. David, our main character, does everything he can. Fights monsters, protects people, makes impossible decisions. But when he thinks all is lost, he mercy kills his group, including his son, so they don't suffer. 10 seconds later, the military shows up. Everything would have been fine, except now he's alone, covered in blood, with nothing to protect and no one left to save. The true horror here isn't the monsters. It's the sheer, crushing weight of making the worst decision possible and having to live with it. He doesn't get eaten. He doesn't die. He just keeps going, knowing that he doomed the people he loved for no reason. Brutal. Peter Graham. Hereditary is not a relaxing watch, especially not for Peter. He's already having a rough time after watching his sister's head get removed by a telephone pole. But things escalate fast. His mom spirals into cult-fueled madness. His house becomes a satanic art project, and Peter himself is reduced to a screaming husk. That's when King Paimon, demon of wealth and trauma, moves in. Peter's body stays. His soul? MIA. Now he's just a smiling vessel being worshipped by a naked choir. It's like a nightmare version of a graduation party. The worst part? There's no fight, no rebellion. Peter's fate is sealed not by choice, but by design. A grand ritual where his entire family was sacrificed to make him the perfect host. He doesn't just lose his life, he loses his story. White Bear. This Black Mirror episode asks the question, what if justice was also a tourist attraction? Victoria wakes up, confused and terrified, while strangers film her every move on their phones. Masked killers chase her. There's no help, no logic, just pure psychological torment. And just when she thinks she's escaped, surprise. It's all fake. A daily punishment. She helped murder a child, and now her brain is wiped every night, so she can relive the same terror every morning. She's the star of her own never-ending horror loop, a permanent spectator sport for the public. The punishment isn't death. It's waking up every day in a reality you don't understand, only to find out, again and again, that you are the villain, and this is your sentence. There's no redemption arc, just fear, repetition, and a camera in your face while you cry. Anna. If you've seen Martyrs, you probably needed therapy after. If you haven't, buckle up. Anna is kidnapped by a cult who believes suffering unlocks transcendence. So they torture her, systematically, brutally, until her body gives out and all that's left is nerve endings and silence. Then they flay her alive, not to kill her, but to push her past the limits of pain. It works. Anna sees something. She whispers it to the cult leader. And the leader, upon hearing it, instantly ends her life. Why? Because whatever Anna saw on the other side was so terrifying, so unknowable, that even the high priest of agony decided, yeah, I'm out. And Anna? She's left alive. Mind shattered. Skin gone. Soul somewhere else. It's not just a fate worse than death. It's a fate where death isn't even the exit. Congratulations. You survived another trip through humanity's worst ideas. If you're into that kind of emotional damage, feel free to subscribe. We're just getting started. See you next time. If nothing finds you first.